Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I wanted to go through my lipstick collection and pull some lipsticks I'm excited to wear this fall. I have a huge collection. Lipstick is kind of my Achilles heel and I have a ton of them, but everything I have in front of me is a bullet. I am really looking forward to wearing bullet lipsticks this fall, especially as we just start easing out of summer. We're not quite there yet, but out of summer into fall. So excited. So I'm going to start with the most affordable. This right here is from Verse. This is their Cashmere Color Smoothing Lip Blush. This is such a beautiful formula. This is the shade Reserved. Here's Reserved as a swatch, and this is what it looks like on. It is such a beautiful color, but more than that, I love the formula. If you are a person who likes the things that are kind of lipstick adjacent, if you're not looking for a full punchy color, or you're looking for something that's soft, if you're dealing with mature lips, where sometimes our lip line can get a little bit, well, it's less refined than it used to be, and I know all about that since I'm 50. Something like this is great because it does add color without giving that really harsh line on the outside, and that's what I like about this. It's also an affordable lipstick that you can get at Target, that you can get from Versed. I really like this lipstick. The next one I have for you is a signature lip blush from Merit. Now, you may not know this, but Versed is the little sister to Merit. The owner of both brands is the same, but makeup is new to Versed as of this year. But Merit has started doing this lip blush, a very similar formula. Packaging is definitely more elegant. Last year in a limited edition release. This is this year's limited edition release. This is in the shade Archival. And it is a beautiful, very soft, very comfortable, barely there lip color. For somebody who wants to wear a lipstick but doesn't want to look like they're wearing lipstick, this right here is fantastic. Now, this only comes in a trio. It comes with a lip gloss in the same shade and a lip liner in the same shade, but I'll tell you, every single one of the formulas in that trio is mwah, chef's kiss perfect. Right here is the shade Archival. I know they kind of look similar. We've got a little bit more depth here. This is definitely leaning a little bit more on the pink side. You can see it more on the lips. But what I love about this is the way that it feels on the lips. It feels very comfortable, very smooth. It doesn't feel heavy. It's nourishing. If you're looking for something that's kind of like a matte lip balm, you would like both of these formulas. Let's move into something that's decidedly a little bit closer to a traditional lipstick. This is from MAC. This is the Luster Glass lipstick, and this is in the shade Alone Time. It is very much a kind of cool nude shade. I like that so much about this. Here's the Luster Glass in Alone Time. Here it is on. And what I like about this is if you're not ready to let go of your glosses, your lip oils from summertime, you want to hang on to something that has some shine to it, but are ready to move into a bullet product, the Luster Glass from MAC is a beautiful formula. This shade in Alone Time is definitely one that I want to wear more this fall. It has a really nice creamy feel to it. It has a nice slide. It feels really comfortable and nourishing on the lips. It has a nice way of hydrating and not clinging to my dry patches. I do have a few dry patches, and I think it's only going to get aggravated a little bit more as I'm taking swatches off and putting other ones on for you. But if you're looking for something that is still on the sheerer side, the Luster Glass is, I mean, you'll get pigment, but it's definitely on the lighter side of things. And I like how it is still shiny and glossy and glowy and beautiful. If you're ready for a full-on fall lippy, here is one from Nars that I think you might like. This is the Explicit lipstick. I have the shade Excess, and it is a beautiful kind of toasted nut color. Look at this. It's got some warm tones to it. But we're talking full pigment. Here's Excess. This is what it looks like on. It is definitely one of those kind of dark, burnished, almost not really a terracotta, more like a burnt umber, where it has some depth and some richness to it, but there also is that toasty warmth. Very much a fall shade. The formula is very lightweight. It's not as cushy or slippy as MAC. It's not quite as moisturizing as the two from Versed or from Merit. This is definitely one that doesn't really feel heavy on the lips, and I like it for that. I wish it was just a hair more moisturizing. And the older I get, the more my lips are looking for moisture from every possible outlet. This is a beautiful lipstick color, and I think the formula is nice. It's just not one that I reach for as much, but I'm putting it in rotation for this shade alone. Time for one of my all-time favorite reds. This one is from Valentino. This is the Rosa Valentino satin lipstick, and this one right here, look at this, is 100R. I don't know why I saved this for fall and for winter. Maybe because it's a bullet lipstick, but I love the formula. It glides. It wears so beautifully. It's very nourishing on the lips. It's also one of those that's refillable. I don't think it's our first refillable. Let me double check. I think the Nars ones are also, yeah, they're also refillable. So I like that we're getting into refillable territory with these. I like the formula so much, but this cooler red shade is absolutely stunning. Here it is on the back of the hand. You can definitely see we're punching up with some color with the Nars and with this one here from Valentino, but definitely a cooler leaning red that has some serious staying power. This is one I wore one day on my birthday. My birthday's in January, so it was the middle of winter, and I put it on. We went out to dinner. It lasted through hors d'oeuvres and a full dinner with dessert. I could not believe it. It was so good. I had a small patch missing in the middle. I'm a fairly tidy eater, but I was able to just rub my lips together and redistribute the rest. It really surprised me its staying power even through a meal. But this is one of those lipsticks that I love to reach for, not just for the bright punchy color, but also for the way that it feels and lasts on the lips. Moving into some Dior, this is the Rouge Dior Satin Lipstick. This is in the shade 720 Econ. It's a beautiful rosewood leaning with some brown in there. The sorts of colors that I love to wear in the fall. This lipstick is another one of our refillable lipsticks. It has a magnetic closure. I like that about it. Here is Econ. It is a beautiful formula. It has a nice glide and slip to it. This is one of the formulas that I absolutely love because it doesn't leave my vermilion border. So far, I feel like all of the lipsticks, with the exception of the MAC, are really good at staying within my vermilion border. The older I get, the more I worry about, glossy or satin lipsticks kind of just spreading, and that's not what I'm looking for. I want things to stay where I put them, and this is a beautiful formula that does have a little bit of shine to it, that does have some serious pigment, that does wear like a true lipstick, but it doesn't actually go anywhere. I don't have to wear this with a lip liner. I usually do because the edge of my vermilion border is a little wavy these days. So I'm perfecting my lip line to get like a perfect pout with this. But it's not because the lipstick itself can't be trusted. This is one of those lipsticks that I really like. Do keep in mind that there is a fragrance to this lipstick. If you are averse to fragrances, you're going to want to keep that in mind and steer clear of this one. Next one I have for you is new from Dior. This is the Rouge Dior On Stage lipstick. It's a glossy lipstick. I really like that it's in slimline packaging because it's a really beautiful glidey formula. It just glides and it has some beautiful shine to it. Another one that has a very distinct fragrance to it. Smells like other Dior lipsticks. If you don't mind lipstick scents, that's not going to bother you, but it does have a very floral scent to it. I was a little bummed that this packaging here is a snap closure and not a magnetic like this. I was like, wait, what? Also not refillable. This really surprised me because up to this point we've been seeing refill with magnetic closures. I think they could have done the same thing here, and it feels like just a slightly cheaper version of a Dior lipstick, but the formula is fantastic. I like how shiny it is. This is the shade 120 Iconic Rose. I do like the glide that it has. Part of me wants to get a red in this formula just because it feels so good, but I don't really like the reds that they have in this lineup because they don't have a lot of shades yet. I think they're trying to see whether this lipstick catches on, but I really like the formula. I do like this kind of pinky leaning nude, and I think it's going to be great for fall. I completely forgot to swatch it for you, but here it is. This is 120 Iconic Nude from Dior. The next one I have for you is a matte from Gucci. Another one of those very fragranced lipsticks. This smells kind of like violets. This is the shade Peggy Taupe. A beautiful matte lipstick, but it glides effortlessly. Here's a swatch of Peggy Taupe. I don't really feel like it has very much of a taupe lean to it. It looks more like a rich mauve to me. I love that it's a beautiful, comfortable matte formula. This is one that wears beautifully for hours. It doesn't dry my lips out. If you're averse to matte lipsticks and you think that after a certain age you can't wear them anymore, you just got to find the one that is comfortable, has hydrating properties to it. I really like this one from Gucci. I also like, even though it's called Peggy Taupe, I feel like it's really less taupe and more mauve. What would a lipstick video be without Elisa Eldridge? And here's one that I fell head over heels for when it debuted this summer. This is the Rouge Experience lipstick in the shade Lily. And this is a shade that Lisa says is kind of like her favorite type of red to wear. All right, here's Lily. It definitely has more of a toasty, warm lean to the red that it is compared to this cooler red over here. I think you can see that. But what I like about this is that it's easy to wear. This is one of those reds that you don't have to have like the ultimate precision to wear. You could blot it. You could put it on kind of like, you know, with your finger and have it look very laid back. I really, really like this red because it gives the sense of red without being like a candy apple or a fire engine red. And I really, really love the formula. The Rouge Experience is a beautiful satin formula that wears beautifully for hours. I also love that the packaging is refillable. I mean, it is such a great refill that it's completely recyclable and just pops right back into the base. And there you have it. But it's like probably one of the heaviest lipsticks that I own. I really, really love this formula. Last one I have for you is one from Sisley. This is one of their Le Fito Rouge. This is in the shade 15 Beige Manhattan. I do like that it has a slightly angled bullet to it because it really does help to carve out my lips. And the older I get, the more help I need with the edge of my lip line, and I'll take all the help I can get. Here is Beige Manhattan from Sisley. It is a beautiful mid-toned sort of nude on my fair skin, and I think would work for a variety of people. I think it has a slightly pink lean to it, just like a little bit on the pinky nude side, not on the peachy nude side. That's what it reads like to me, but it does very much have a beige feel to it. If you want a really easy to wear nude that's not too dark, that's not too light, you might like this one from Sisley. Thank you so much for watching today. I had so much fun going through my lipstick collection and pulling 10 very different lipsticks out, but they're all bullet forms. And I'm ready for a bullet lipstick again. There's something about me that's just like itching to pull, instead of pulling a gloss or a lip oil or a click up, situation, to pull out something that I twist up in a bullet and apply. There's just something that's just so luscious and decadent about a lipstick. Thank you so much for watching today. Here's where I want to know, what lipsticks are you going to be reaching for this fall? Are you still reaching for glosses, for maybe a lip liner gloss duo, something that's a little bit easier and sheerer, or are you really headed into bullet lipsticks? If you are, tell me what shades you want to wear and what formulas you're craving. Thank you so much for watching today. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.